Hello moviegoers, Ezra here and welcome back to another Ezra review. And I guess on today's review, I want to talk about this TV series called Fallout, which is based on a very popular Bethesda game. I know that I was 2 weeks late to talk about this, but I decided to watch this series anyway because there is a lot of good reviews surrounding the series, and I just found out that it's actually based on a video game. And I remember that Fallout, I don't exactly, again, I'll be honest here, I don't exactly play the Fallout game, so this is entirely new for me. And I don't exactly know the story from the game itself. So again, it's a completely fresh experience for me in terms of the character and the story. And as far as I know, I think the character from the TV series is actually original character instead of like a character from the video game. But the story was based on the video game, and so far, according to a lot of Fallout fans, that apparently the series was pretty faithful to the game, so that's a good sign. But I'm gonna be reviewing it based on what I think, just as a viewer, just as an audience, but not exactly as a gamer, because again, I don't play Fallout. I know Fallout 76 because there is so many glitch, when it was got released, and it was so memeable back in the day, right? And it was made by Bethesda, so I know Bethesda game. And yeah, I gotta say, man, even though I don't exactly know the entire story and history of Fallout, I absolutely love the series, man, because I think it was super engaging from beginning to end, and I think it has such an interesting premise that it's about a nuclear fallout, and like I think the series itself has a unique visual itself, that I think the story and the world that was actually built surrounding the Fallout universe was actually really interesting in my opinion. And so far there is like many Fallout games out there, so clearly they have so many material to work on, and I think season 2 was already greenlit, so I think it's a good thing. But yeah, like the world of Fallout basically, like I love it so much, that it took place like 200 years after the nuclear fallout. We follow this one character played by ellapurnell, which I think is an amazing character, Lucy McLean. I think ellapurnell actually said that she actually does some research for the Fallout game, so I think that's a good thing, because like usually when we are getting the when we were getting the video game adaptation, whatever it's a movie or TV series, usually the creator of the show or the movie doesn't exactly consulted the creator of the games, and I think that's like the biggest mistake ever. It's really stupid. So I think it's really refreshing to see that the studio is actually like working together with Bethesda game, with Todd Howard obviously, and then Ella Purnell actually does her own research for the Fallout universe, so I think that's a great thing to do, because I like her character so much, because he's such a sweet character from the very beginning, and then throughout as the series progress, you kind of see her becoming this more of a badass female character, which I think I really like that, because she's not exactly an annoying female character, like she's actually a character that you can actually root for in the in the series, sorry, the TV series, so yeah, that's a really good thing, and I think it's really interesting to see that the vault people, basically people who are living in the nuclear vault, the vault tech in a way, was actually a bunch of like how do I say this? I guess like naive people, because I think Lucy herself called her, her own people naive, which I think, yeah, that's true, because I think the series start out with like these are like a bunch of people who actually have like a positive mindset, and always cheerful and happy the entire time. And then you kind of realize that they actually felt like a cult in their own way, and it becomes kind of disturbing and really weird, especially to confirm to the outside world and how serious everything were, and yeah, like these people are naive, you're not gonna convince these outside world people to like, hey, like be nice to each other, even though yes, you should be nice to each other, but that's not how it works, so I think the show does really play a good elements on that the vault people are actually kind of like the villain on the show, which I think quite surprising for me, because I did not see that coming, because I just know that it's gonna be like I know that they're kind of like setting up the vault people to be like maybe having some dark secrets, but I never suspected them to actually like dropping the bomb and using the rich people to like basically using the rich people money to do like experiment on the vault, and then basically getting rich themselves, so I was like, damn, okay, I mean that quite work, and I think that's quite interesting to see them actually interesting to see this corporate greed in a way where it's like such an extreme way where they are willing to destroy the entire world just so they can get millions of money in their pocket. So I think that's like, okay, that's quite interesting. And is that from the game? So I think for a lot of the Fallout game fans here, I'm gonna be asking some question that is that actually from the game or not. So if you guys can answer that in the comments, I will be really grateful. Because again, I don't play the game, so I don't know how faithful or accurate it is. I just heard it was faithful, so that's a good thing for the Fallout fans. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. How faithful this series was. Like, is that actually happening from the game? Where there's a bunch of company that actually dropping the nuclear bomb, so they can make money or something like that. So. And besides Lucy, we also got a bunch of amazing character. You got Maximus, played by Aaronmoten, which I think is a good character because he was part of the Brotherhood of Steel, which I think they have a really cool suit in the series itself. And I think Maximus' character was actually like super loyal to the Brotherhood of Steel, and then he kind of realized that maybe the Brotherhood of Steel are not that nice. Like, obviously, it's not everything is black and white. So I think he basically found his own purpose in life, and doesn't necessarily follow like blindly following the Brotherhood of Steel. And I think it's like a good character development for Maximus, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with him in season 2, because in the end of the season he becomes like the knight, like basically kind of like a second in command for the Brotherhood of Steel in a way. So that's an interesting character development for him, because that's not what he wanted. He just wants to be together with Lucy, which is, I think Lucy and Maximus, yeah, they work as a couple. I like them a lot. And then you got Norm MacLean, played by Moises Arias, which is Lucy's brother. And I think he is kind of an interesting character, because I think in the beginning I don't really found him to be that interesting. But throughout the series, he's basically the one that, he's not exactly a coward that many people in the vault think that, oh yeah, your brother Lucy, Lucy, your brother is a coward. Norm is a coward. And then Norm kind of like proves himself throughout the series, maybe not to the people on the vault, but to us, the viewers, that, oh, he's not exactly a coward. He's trying to uncover the mystery of the vault, and then he's going to do to such extent to the point that it might risk his life in a way. The way they left Norm in season 1 was like, okay, like that got me really curious to see how he's gonna get out of that situation. Because like, how are you gonna get out, man? Because like, he was locked in Vault 31, and then that's the last time we see Norm. So okay, how is he gonna get out? We'll see what happens. Maybe the other guy, I forgot the names of the character, maybe he's gonna appear and help Norm eventually. Who knows? Growing some spine, right? And then you also got Hank McLean, played by Kyle McCallan, I think. McLachlan. Sorry, I might mispronounce the actor's name, but he is Lucy's father and then the officer of Vault 33, and then he actually originates from Vault 31. And I think this character was actually like, okay, I didn't exactly think he's gonna be like a big character, because I thought it's gonna be a simple storyline with Lucy try to find his father, but eventually it was obvious that as the series moving forward, there is so many more things going on, and then Hank basically has a huge responsibility for killing a bunch of people in the process, because he drops another nuke in another city, and then he also kills Lucy's mother in the process, and I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming, man, because I thought that Hank's gonna be like an alright dude, an alright dad, that I actually sympathize with Lucy there. And then as the series progressed, you kind of seems like, okay, there is something sus with the Vault people, and then Hank is like one of the biggest character in the end there. They're basically responsible for a lot of terrible stuff. And it was like, damn, I personally, I did not see that coming, and I don't know if it was actually apart from the game. So again, if any Fallout gamers here are watching this video, then you guys can confirm in the comment section below, guys. Let me know if this character was actually based on like a character from the game, like is there like a plot twist in the game that was similar to this show right here, because to me, this feels like a plot twist, even though I know that there is something deeper going on with the Vault, but I did not see him as the villain until the end. I was like, damn, like the big reveal that he's actually I guess a clone in a way. That's what I'm getting at, like there is so many different version of themselves in Vault 31, and it was like, damn, I did not see that coming. That was pretty insane, so I think that's what amazing about the Fallout universe, that it seems like a big universe, And I know that there is so many Fallout games out there, so who knows what this series was based on, because there is so many Fallout games out there. But I was hooked throughout the world, man, because I think the idea of like a nuclear drop, and then there is the people from the vault, and then there is a bunch of people on the surface that basically fighting each other and cannibalistic in a way. And I think this is like an interesting world to explore in the future series, and I cannot wait for that. But we still have one more character, and I'm saving this character, the best character, for last, is the Ghoul, or Cooper Howard, played by Walton Goggins. I think Walton Goggins got the best performers in this show. Like, he was once a famous Hollywood actor, and then eventually Vault-Tec ambassador convinced him to promote the Vault-Tec essentially, because he's like a big Hollywood actor, obviously, and then his wife is actually part of the Vault-Tec company, and then she's the one who suggested that, oh, we're gonna drop the bomb ourselves. Which is like, damn, I did not see that coming, because that's how the show dropping the bomb through the audience, like, oh, like the wife is actually kind of responsible for the nuclear fallout in a way. And like, it becomes such a heartbreaking moment for Cooper, and then eventually when the fallout happened, he becomes the Ghoul. And the Ghoul basically is like a, how do I say this, I guess an immortal being in a way. Maybe not more immortal, but like, he basically have a prolonged life, but he has to keep taking this antidote in a way, so he doesn't turn into essentially a zombie, and then we get to see several example of that, where some of the Ghoul became a zombie, because they don't take the antidote, and they keep saying their names over and over again, trying to remember who they were before they were taken over by the radiation. So I think that's a really cool lore in there, and I think Walton Goggins is like the best performance in this show, because every single time the Ghoul showed up is such an amazing scene. He's basically a scene stealer. When he was first showing up in a town, and he start massacre like everybody on that town, shooting everybody one by one, and then like, no matter how many times he got shot, he is able to heal himself, because like, that's the power of the Ghoul. And then he's been living for over 200 years, and in the end they give the Ghoul such an interesting character, in my opinion, because he is actually looking for his wife and daughter that presumably still alive, maybe, and then that's why he lets Hank go in the end, because he wants to follow Hank into this New Vegas town, presumably to meet his superior. And again, I watched several of the Fallout reviews, and I think Charlie Moist Critical said that Fallout 3 and Fallout last New Vegas, I think that's what the game's called. Because I think those two games are like apparently the best of the Fallout games. So again, I don't know how true that was, because I don't play the game. So again, if any Fallout fans out there who actually play the game, then yeah, let me know in the comment section below, man. Like, what is the best Fallout game? Is it Fallout 3 and Fallout not Las Vegas, New Vegas, I think that's what it was called. Because that's what I heard for some people. So I don't know. I think yeah, Fallout New Vegas, I think this is like the best one according to some people. And then in the end, we see Hank headed to New Vegas. So I think it's pretty safe to say that season 2 is going to be adapting the Fallout New Vegas game. So I think that's like, okay, that's quite interesting to see that in the future, to see where the stories goes. But in the end, I absolutely love the world of Fallout, and I cannot wait to get into it again in season 2 and get to know more about the characters, because like, obviously the character development are not done, and I'm so glad that season 2 got greenlit. But before I end this review, I want to talk about some of the creature that actually disgust me, because like, there is several creature in this series, so I think that was kind of disgusting, because they got mutated by the radiation. But I gotta talk about the cockroaches, man. Like, I hate cockroach so much. And when I heard that, what wasn't hard, but like seeing cockroaches for the first time from the Fallout series, it actually really disgusts me. Like, it got some like tingling in my body, and I actually cringe, because I hate cockroach so much. Like, you're telling me in the Fallout universe there is this giant cockroach that got mutated by a radiation. They got so huge, got like a really sharp teeth, they can actually chew you, and then they can fly, dude. Cockroaches in real life, if they fly, that's the end for me. Like, I just run away. I don't care. That might seem like a coward move to some people, but I don't care. If I see a cockroach flying at me, I will run away. That's like the end of the world for me. Like, there's nothing that I can do. It's a defeat move right there. And then in this show, there's a giant cockroach, and then they can fly. Like, oh my god, dude, it's so disgusting. And granted, like, they only appear like several times, but every single time they appear, it's like, yeah, I feel like, oh my god, no, I don't like this. It was so disgusting. So I think that was from the game as well. Like, I'm really curious to see if they're gonna appear more in season 2. Are there gonna be like a scene in season 2 where there's gonna be a bunch of a swarm of cockroaches, like heading towards the counter, and then the counter has to fight this swarm of cockroaches in season 2? Like, that is certainly a possibility, and it's gonna be the most disgusting scene ever. And yeah, I'm gonna cringe, man, if that's gonna happen in season 2. But again, I know this is like a tangent for me, but like, I gotta mention that, man, because when they appear, it does disgust me in a way. And it doesn't, I'm not saying this is like a bad thing or anything like that. It's just I don't like cockroaches. And then seeing in the Fallout series there's a big one and they can fly and they can chew you, like, dude, that is an absolute nightmare, man. I would die immediately. So yeah, either way, that's my review for Fallout, the TV series, guys. Again, even though I don't exactly know the game that well, as a viewer, I really enjoyed the series a lot, and I cannot wait to see more of the Fallout universe in season 2. And like, maybe they're gonna adapt the Fallout New Vegas game, which is apparently the best one for a lot of fans. Again, I don't know how true that was. So Fallout fans, you guys can let me know in the comment section below. Is Fallout New Vegas are actually the best game from the Fallout franchise? So like, you guys can let me know that in the comment section below, guys. And I think season 2 is gonna definitely adapting that, because that's like the last shot we see. So that could be interesting. But yeah, either way, I enjoyed this series a lot. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you guys think about the Fallout series? Like, if you guys are like a normal, like a casual viewers, what do you guys think about the show? Do you guys like it? Or if you guys are actually a Fallout fans, and you've been following this game for a while, like, what do you guys think about this show? Because I am curious to hear this from a Fallout fans. Like, do you guys actually find the series to be really faithful to the game, and do you guys find it to be a really fulfilling adaptation for your beloved video game franchise? Yeah, let me know all that in the comment section below, guys. Because I am curious to hear this from the Fallout fans perspective, not from the casual ones. Like, yeah, like me, sure, but like from the Fallout fans, like, their opinions are matter the most, because like they've been following this game for such a while, and then now they're getting an official TV series, like an adaptation from it. So yeah, I'm really curious to see your opinions on it, guys. So let me know all of that in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this review, then make sure, guys, shoot that subscribe and like button, guys, and share the videos, the usual stuff. And stay tuned for more, I guess, movie reviews, TV series, and maybe game discussion in the future. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.